Dear parents, I do understand that having a lazy child is a pain in the back, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to cure your child of laziness in 5 minutes. In this episode of Meet Your Academic Friend session conducted by India's #1 online tuition platform, I'm going to show you how to help your child cure procrastination in 5 steps, and this is the point number 1. But just in case if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, just go to Teaching Classes, click on the subscribe button, click on the bell notification in order to get all the latest updates. Even when your child has a lot of stuff to learn, you find him playing PUBG, PES, Clash of Clans, etc. And why is he doing this? Maybe it's because he just doesn't care. Maybe he thinks that whatever he does, he's going to fail anyway. Maybe he just hates his teacher. Maybe he doesn't like school at all. Or sometimes his friends could be little, giving him some peer pressure. Maybe you as a parent might be pestering him with, do that, do this, why are you not doing? And maybe you're comparing with him with other students. Maybe his relatives are so creepy and always involved in his studies. And so your child is probably pretty tired of everything and finally decides to, engage in games and stuff like that. Which also means that he is not somehow enjoying studying. So first thing that you have to do is have a really good chit chat with your child and try to understand why he is doing what he is doing, why he is lazy. Okay, don't go and speak to him as you are like a CBI trying to investigate him. Don't talk like that. Talk like a friend to him and understand his the reasons why he is procrastinating, and if you find that, it will help you solve his laziness easier. So once you figure out his problem, you can follow the next 5 steps in order to help him overcome his procrastination. So the first step is you have to break his tasks into smaller chunks. For example, if there is a chemistry exam coming due next Monday and today is Friday, suppose if there are like 2 chapters for the exam, you have to break the chapter into maybe like 6 parts. Today afternoon he can learn 1 part, or maybe just start with 1 paper, 1 page of the chapter, and give him some relaxation, let him go and play and come. Okay, but you have to stay there and help him come back. Okay, and after that learn 3 or 4 other pages, then learn other pages. One more thing you have to do is you have to reward him for what he has done. Okay, suppose if he has covered like 2 parts and he has covered almost like 40%, which also means that he has like 40% of marks guaranteed. Tell that to him, be open with him and talk to him. So you have done 40% already. If you learn little, you're going to cover 55%. After that, go and have fun and come back and you learn some more. You have covered, wow man, you covered 80%. You don't have to fear of failure anymore. And every time he finishes a page, reward him with something. Have a game or have a chocolate or something like that. Right? So when you reward him for what he is trying to do, he will get into a habit of learning small chunks, and finally when all the chunks come together, he's going to have a good idea of the subject, and finally he's going to earn a lot of marks. So next we have this 5-minute rule. It's sort of like a sequel to the first step, but this is more structured, right? So whenever he or she is going to study, just encourage him to learn for only 5 minutes. Okay, that's it. Just 5 minutes, you sit there, don't think about anything else, and learn, read, study. After the 5 minutes is over, go and do something for 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes, come back, read again for 5 minutes. This has been created because most people, they can't structure themselves, they can't fit themselves into a schedule. This helps them remove that huge subconscious belief that I have to set up a timetable, I have to do that, do this. It's so suffocating for many people. So learn for 5 minutes, go have fun for 5 minutes, come back, learn again. In the third step, encourage your child to have specific tasks aligned with this learning. Suppose if he has an annual exam due in maybe 15 days. Okay, so annual exam, it has like 4 or 5 days gap between the exams, right? Between different subjects, but they have a long study vacation before the exam. So usually what people do, what students do is they say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to learn chemistry, day after tomorrow English, then 2 days of Hindi. But that's how they plan in their mind. In such cases, as a parent, you have to help help them focus on specific tasks. For example, if it is maths, so he shouldn't say tomorrow maths. Instead, he should say, okay, tomorrow chapter 4, quadratic equations, section 1 and 2 of quadratic equations, or he should say like, okay, practicing HOTS questions, or practicing the textbook questions, then practicing the previous year question papers. So these are all different specific tasks. So whenever he plans something, don't just say I'm going to learn maths. Instead, say I'm going to learn HOTS question of chapter 4. I'm going to practice textbook questions of quadratic equations. So have specific tasks that has to be completed. If you do it such a way, you can easily track your progress. Only if you track your progress, you will feel that, okay, you have accomplished something. If you just say maths and if you just learn something, and you will be like, did I learn something, or did I learn anything at all, or did I completely learn anything? So that creates an ambiguity. That's why I'm telling, create specific tasks, write it down, and track them. Next is the most underrated yet very simple technique called the setting a timetable. Like you have your own way of setting up timetables, but today I'm going to focus on 2 or 3 points which is very important when you're creating a timetable. First, you have to set up prior commitment list. They have to go to the bathroom, they have to have food, they have to do prayer, they have maybe extracurricular activities like yoga or sports and stuff like that, right? And most people ignore these activities when they set up timetable, and they've set up timetable ignoring them all. And when they start to execute the timetable, the multiple events will come, and they'll feel like, oh shit, this timetable is crap and I'm not going to do it again anymore, right? They get frustrated because they didn't consider what you call unfortunate event. So what I'm trying to say is, list down your prior commitments and include them inside the timetable, right? That's the first point. Second, you have to write your focus. Most people, when they try to set up a timetable, they get excited, because when you set up a timetable, you will get this fake feeling of completing all the learning activity. There is this high that the student gets when he writes a timetable, and that's very dangerous. When he actually practices the timetable, he's going to feel little, oh, this is not the way we plan, and this becomes another reason to procrastinate. Hence, I would like to encourage you to understand your child's personality. Is he a morning person or a night owl? Or is he most active during the afternoon period? And make sure that you add all these high IQ required activities like maths problems or physics problems, stuff like that in his focus zone. If he's highly focused in the night, make sure that he learns all those problematic questions and chapters during the night time. Otherwise, focus on the morning. The third point is, he has to consider revision and learning as two different things. Just because he has written down everything that he has to learn and he has learned something doesn't mean it has completely imbibed into his system. Okay, he has to revise. So always leave room for revision, so that he doesn't forget what he has learned, and all this effort that he puts into it should not go to waste. And if you need proper guidance for your child, I'll encourage you to go to Teachingcom, where we provide online tuition for children of all ages and all syllabuses. We have academic counselors that take care of your child like you would. So this is how it works. First, we provide a tutor selection process where the student can select which tutor will suit him the best. Next, we provide a personalized timetable. The thing is, we have academic counselors who will take care of your child, who will study your child. They will consider the prior commitments, study time, prayer time, tuition times, extracurricular activities, everything, and they will create a personalized timetable that will suit your child. These academic counselors also help you to reschedule and schedule the classes, and we have hybrid AI exams wherein every 15 days students are given a revision test, okay, consistently, and then all the progress, all the exam results and the results of the school, everything is put into a software where you as a parent can track through a parent portal. And then we have monthly growth sections where academic counselors sit with the child one-to-one and talk with them, and they consider their emotional, physical, academic well-being, so that your child grows as a whole. Because at Teaching, we just don't care about marks, but we care about the holistic development of your child. So if you're interested, just go to the website, the link is in the description, click on a book a free class, enter your details, register, and we will contact you for a free tutor selection process. That brings us to the fifth point, that is remove the phone. Okay, face it, even you as a parent might be addicted to your phone. Think about your child. right? Even at this age, we are addicted. But when it comes to your child, it is mandatory that you remove the phone from his or her vicinity to learn. Because even if you put the phone on silent and put it beside him on the table or on the bed, it has this crazy magnetic effort, magnetic effect where you just feel like going and picking up it and checking on the phone. Because the smartphone industry, they are so smart, and the screens are so magnificently designed that it can easily distract us. Because companies around the world, they are spending thousands of dollars to master this UI so that we get addicted to it, right? And that is why I tell you, keep the phone outside the room, put it on silent or switch the phone off and until that study time is over. But when you shift it to the other room, make sure that phone is on silent or switched off. All right. Okay, next thing which we encourage our students to do is to uninstall all the distracting apps during their learning period. Okay, so whenever they are studying, for example, if the study time is like 6 to 8 p.m. in the evening, uninstall Instagram, uninstall PUBG, uninstall PES, all the apps. Okay, and in the night time you can install it again, no? So when you uninstall them, you have this effort that you have to put into installing it again, uninstalling it, and it feels good. Actually, it feels that okay, you are doing something to focus. Everything that we do has a subconscious influence on our brain. So uninstall those apps, put it on silent, put it in the next room. But some students are really smart. They will come to you saying that, Mommy, Daddy, my notes are in my phone. Without the phone, how will I learn? Yeah. Okay. These kids are so smart that they will come with all these amazing excuses. So in that cases, I would encourage them to have printed notes, because reading and learning, marking on the notes, it will help a lot. No, why do you have to have notes on the phone? First of all, it's very difficult to read something off the phone, right? So encourage them to have printed notes, and if you don't have printed notes, use them on the laptop. But when you use them on the laptop, make sure that the WhatsApp and Instagram, other games are not on the laptop. Just block it away. The students are so smart. They will say, I don't want the phone, I need the laptop, and they will have, WhatsApp and Instagram installed and then also. So as a parent, beware of it. But always remember that removing the phone is not just about learning undistracted. Okay, it is about helping the brain function normally, right? See, these days when we use the phone, when we are bombarded with so many stimulations, I've noticed that since I scroll on reels and shorts, no, even my thoughts are becoming like that. Okay, sometimes see, you can just look at the nature of the reels. So one reel is like positive, one reel is so sad, one is about love, one is fun, because so many emotions are shot to us in every second, and that is very unnatural, right? This is not how humans used to behave, right? We are used to have one particular emotion to it the fullest in an extended period of time. But now emotions are like a joke, right? And the next thing is, it will decrease the attention span of the children. So we are being trained to have attention for like very small time. Before, we used to go to library and we used to sit and read undistracted on a single concept for extended period of time. Now we are like we are bombarded with many reels and games and stuff, and we're just making it very difficult to focus on something. And what I'm trying to tell you is, you're not being strict as a parent by removing the phone. Instead, you're helping them, you're guiding them to have a healthy brain and a healthy emotional intelligence, so that your child can focus on the academics as well as have a really good emotional and social life. So hence, I would like to conclude this video by saying that procrastination is not a disease, but it is a habit that can be easily cured by guiding your child in the right way. And I would like to summarize by saying, first, break this task into small chunks. Then execute the 5-minute rule in case your child is too distracted. And in order to learn it properly, have small, specific tasks. And then don't forget the underrated technique, setting a timetable, and try to remember the 4 points that I told you when you're setting the timetable. And last but not the least, remove the phone while learning and help your child have a healthy attitude towards learning. So, this is Dan from Teacher End, and I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you have this amazing tips regarding your child's well-being. We aim to be the voice between parents and children so that your relationship with your child becomes healthier and your child grows academically stronger.